Hello everybody, my name's Rich. I am the creator of Medieval History Buff. As you might know, I produce videos on medieval history, and you can find details in the description about my social media work, my blog and my Twitter handle and all that. So I'm just recording a quick video at Waytemore Motte and Bailey Castle in Hertfordshire. As you can probably tell, the fact that it's Motte and Bailey, it was built by the Normans after the conquest in 1066, and actually it's part of a number of local sites of interest for Norman history. About a 5-minute drive away from this castle there's another Motte and Bailey, and then further on from there there's another Norman castle. So what that shows you is the extent of William the Conqueror's castle building. But this is the one most local to me, and it's a really cool area to come and visit. It's not, unfortunately, always the best maintained, but we've got it on quite a good day today. People have been up here litter picking and maintaining it. There are still little bits of glass on the floor, and there's something over there that I don't know what it is, and there's some graffiti on the walls, so people don't always respect history like this. Unfortunately, it's very popular with young people. I've seen a few kids come up here since I've been up here already, and it's good that they show an interest in coming up here, but unfortunately they need to maintain it as well. Yeah, so this site, obviously in its current form that we're looking at the moment, is obviously built by the Normans, but it, as a site, it's actually been active since about the time of Edward the Elder, who was king of, well, Wessex from 899 to 924, and he is one of the key kings of in building England, really. He was a successor to Alfred the Great. Yeah, so it's been a site of importance for well over a millennium now. So it's a fascinating place to come. It isn't the only area of local interest around here. About 20 minutes of drive away, there's a little village called Muchhadden, which is the birthplace of Edmund Tudor. Now, I'll record a video there, but I don't really know where he was born, and to be honest, there's not much about Muchhadden. It's a nice village, it's picturesque, but there's not much there. Nearby to this castle as well, there's a church about a 10-minute walk away. Now, a few years ago, I remember it was either a priest or a vicar, I can't remember which church it was, claimed that there was a vault underneath the church with coffins dating back to the Norman conquest, and he claimed that he thought Harold II might be buried under there. Now, I don't think that's true, because it's generally considered that Harold II was buried at Waltham Abbey, which is a fair bit away from here. But yeah, if you just see at the walls that I'm filming at the moment, there's a bit of graffiti on there. There's some, I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's built into the ground. But there's some rubbish. People do come up here and litter pick and things, so that's good, but unfortunately it's not always maintained very well. This section here is normally cut back. They don't normally let it overgrow like that, so I can't get a great view down there. The history of this castle, essentially, is not the most significant castle in English history by any means, but it has had some interesting bits and pieces happen here. During the reign of King John decided to destroy parts of this castle, and then in typically John fashion, he decided to rebuild it, which just goes to show you how chaotic his thinking actually was. And then later on, Edward III used this place as a prison. Well, he gave it to the Bishop of London, actually, who used it as a prison for members of the clergy who weren't particularly well behaved. In terms of actual major historical events, not too much has happened around this area in general. As I said, the birthplace of Edmund Tudor just down the road is probably the biggest thing that I can name off the top of my head. You probably have to go to somewhere like Hertford before you can get some real history. And I actually did do a brief video when I was in Hertford Castle. So yeah, so this is the old bit. Obviously this is the mound. There's the wall. So it's you can't always get up here, unfortunately, because the gate's normally locked, but I've got to through a hole in the hedge, and that's how everyone else gets up here, essentially. So yeah, we've come up here on a good day. It's really, this is about as well maintained as I've seen it. I've been up here about 7 or 8 times now. So yeah, if you've got a site like this in your local area, I recommend checking it out. I mean, actually, to be honest, I should volunteer to help maintain it, really. But it's yeah. In fact, I'll just tell you one more brief story. I'll go over to about the spot where I was. I came up here one time just a couple of years ago. I was stood about here, because this is where most of the wall's fallen away, so I remember it. I was stood about 5-10 yards away from a woman, and she literally was drinking from a beer can and hurled it onto the mound, which was absolutely disgusting. So it's not we can't just blame it on young people and teenagers for littering up here. Don't worry about that bag if you can see it, because that's my bag. I'll pick it up in a minute. So it's yeah, but it looks pretty good today. Yeah, so this is the second video of a series that I plan to do on YouTube. I've called it the sites of interest. The first place I visited was Hertford Castle. Obviously, this is going to be my second one. After that, I'm probably going to visit that the other Norman castle that I mentioned, which is about 5 minutes down the road. Then after that, I'll probably try and visit the one further on from that. So that's third and fourth video. After that, I'm not quite sure whether to carry on doing Hertfordshire sites of interest. I mean, I could go to St Albans, visit the cathedral there, but that's a bit of a trek. It's a bit awkward to get to. It's probably easier to go into London than go somewhere like St Albans. Also the Berkhamsted castle, and that's quite a notable site of interest. I believe the brother of Henry VII died there, I believe, or he might have been born there. I can't remember. I think he died there. And he was king of the Romans in the 13th century. Yeah, I believe he died there. I'd have to double check that. I'll make a note of that in the description if I'm wrong. Yeah, so Berkhamsted, and there's 2 Norman castles in St Albans, if I can possibly get there. After that, I'll probably try and get into London again. Maybe I'll do a little brief video Westminster Abbey. I've been there a couple of times. I'd like to go there one more time, I think. Possibly to the Tower of London. I've been there a few times as well. Then I'm going to keep looking for sites of interest around Hertfordshire. Possibly go and visit the resting place of Harold II. But sites like this are just so easy to get to that it's the easiest starting point for making videos like this. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and then I'll let you know when my next video is going to be up. Thanks.